Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got an interesting show for you today. Yep, Live Tour and also the PGA Tour are merging. I know it's kind of shocking, and normally I cover football, especially the Vols and stuff like that, but I had to cover this. Now, this video will probably not get a lot of views because, like I say, my subscribers don't usually watch golf stuff that I talk about, but I got to cover this because it's explosive, and this is all over the internet. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan called a hypocrite in heated, I'll bet it was heated, players meeting after surprise Live Golf merger. Not even Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy, two of the biggest names on the tour, knew about the merger with Live Golf. They announced their plans for a merger on Tuesday morning, and it seems that the sport's biggest names were just as stunned by the move as the rest of the golf world. Monahan and the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund director made the announcement in a joint appearance on CNBC on Tuesday morning, which officially ended a contentious battle between the two golf leagues. The deal was done in total secrecy. Very, very few people knew that it was happening or being discussed. Said only a couple of people knew. Live Golf CEO Greg Norman, who reportedly won't have a place in the new league, apparently learned of the merger in a phone call. The PGA has pretty much destroyed Greg Norman over being involved with the Live Tour, as you know. Says the two biggest guys on the tour, as far as well known, found out Tuesday morning. McIlroy, who's been one of the biggest opponents of the Live Golf since its inception, said they weren't involved in these talks because the deal with Live Golf is simply a framework agreement. In other words, they would have freaked out and said, "What are you doing?"
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
As far as the meeting, the players-only meeting, said after making the announcement, Monahan flew to Toronto to hold a players-only meeting at Oakland Country Club. Apparently, it didn't go very well. He said it was intense and heated. I'm sure he got called every name in the book. He was called a hypocrite to his face, and that he just took it. He said, "I'm glad I wasn't Jay today." That's what Ogilvy said.
The Saudi government's been accused of sport washing. Do you have any concerns morally about having Liv join the PGA Tour?
I just play golf, and like when there's prize money, I'll go and play. I don't know, that's way above my pay grade.
Did any players call Jay a hypocrite in the meeting?
It was mentioned, yeah. And he took it. He said, yeah, he took it for sure.
Did he explain what was behind the change in heart with going forward with this merger?
It said, considering how he pushed back against the Live Golf up until the last few weeks, Monahan once invoked 9/11 terrorist attacks in defending the PGA Tour over Live Golf. It's easy to understand why he'd be called a hypocrite. Says, I recognize everything I've said in the past in my past positions. I recognize that people are going to call me a hypocrite. Anytime I said anything, I said it with the information I had in the moment. As for why he wanted to make a move now and end the battle, he felt it was better to work with Saudi Arabia than try to compete with the league they were funding. He said he felt very good about the changes we've made in the position, etc. We all know why they did it. Money, money, money. Monahan was also asked about tour players who may be angry that they didn't jump to the LIV Golf initially now and secure a huge signing bonus, since those golfers will now be allowed to return to the tour. They weren't allowed to play in a lot of PGA events because they joined the Live Tour. Phil Mickelson, for example, reportedly received a $200 million signing bonus when he left the tour. Monahan didn't have much of an answer. Those players who have been loyal to the PGA Tour, I'm confident they made the right decision, minus the $200 million, of course. Says plenty of golfers on the other side of the debate were stunned. Colin Morikawa learned of the merger, same as Brooks Koepka and Phil Mickelson, so they were happy about it. I can understand why. They've been destroyed socially over joining the Live Tour. Says nothing like finding out through a Twitter that we're merging with the tour. Tom Gillis said, what an embarrassment this has been from the start. Leadership is lacking. How about throwing the players that backed your tour under the bus? Time for some changes, big changes, hopefully. Here's one. The guy says, I feel betrayed and will not be able to trust anyone within the corporate structure of the PGA Tour for a very long time. Rory McIlroy said, I still hate LIV, Live Tour, but have resigned myself to Saudi money in golf. So there's his look. And, of course, Phil Mickelson just got his reputation destroyed. Yeah, he made a bunch of money, but, I mean, they ripped him to shreds over taking the Live money. And now, actually, I have a behind-the-scenes video of the meeting between Liv and the PGA Tour and Monahan. I think this is how it went.
Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money!
Yeah, that was the exact negotiation, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the level of hypocrisy on this is through the roof. It's almost beyond belief. And Mickelson, you'll just have to buy your reputation back, I'm afraid, buddy. I know they ripped you to shreds, and now they've joined with the same tour that they said was so awful. But hey, money talks and BS walks. So I guess the PGA is pretty much saying that. I just had to cover this because the hypocrisy on this, I just almost can't believe it. It's just shocking. So anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover all kinds of sports. Normally, like I said, I cover the Vols and the SEC, but this is one I had to because of my golf background and all of that. Anyway, if you have not subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just hit that little button right there. And YouTube, based on your previous watch history, thinks you'll like this video right here. So check that one out. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.